Oh my gosh. It's quite warm. I'm moving through some energy because I've been sitting in a parking lot chit chatting with everybody. And welcome, welcome, welcome to Be So Light. I am Felicia, Priestess Makala, as well as Niana. You pick and choose. So I want to come on here and just really talk about the webinar that's happening this Friday. Pacific time is going to be 2 o'clock, but for the island time of Puerto Rico, it's going to be at 6, and East Coast 5. And in between, everybody knows with how to follow your timeline. I can't figure out all that stuff for you. So, and what I'm expecting is just to be of service to put this forward. It will not be on YouTube. No offense, YouTube. It's not your frequency. It will be on a Zoom so that I will be able to be in my full divine self without any interruptions. There you go. So I have that set up to be going. And one of the things I wanted to say, I'm pulling up one of my notes here. Okay. So I thought this was interesting. I was in a deep conversation with a friend, and we were having talks, and I don't know how this happened because I've been in one of these things, and this morning I set the intention of, how do I really talk about my work that I do and da 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 da, so people will understand what it is, what I do, and that's always been the case with Spiral Light. Is how do I describe this work that I do? It's colors, it's frequencies, it's codes that I put through, and now the practitioners are being trained on how to do the blueprint. Yes, yes, honey, yes. Yeah, knock, knock, knock. Yeah, this is good. This is like, yeah, it's so good. So the blueprint is awesome. I'm not going to go into details on here for that because it will be in my book about it. Hopefully, it will be released for next month, ebook style first, and then it will be in a purchasable print. Um, but here's my thing. I was asked a simple question, and it was so funny how it just kind of came out. And it was like, well, how do you really describe your work? And I said, well, you know what? I just help people turn their light on, claim their light. I help people to claim their light. And she just, oh my God, that is like such the perfect way to describe it. You help people to claim their light. So let me give you a little story on that. Are you ready? You ready to hear a story? So the way I help you claim your light is that very much so. I only talk about my own experiences, the things that I've been through, because that's my medicine. I've experienced it, so I'm able to say, this is what I experienced. This is how I handled it, or this is how I treated it, or this is how I solved the situation. So when I look at and I talk about things that I've been through in my life, I say, one of the things about when we go through things in our life, we actually go through the experience of it, and then you have the medicine behind it. I'm not going to teach something that I've never experienced before. You know, I am not going to go teach about ayahuasca when I've never ever experienced it, have never went anywhere to do it. I don't have that medicine for that. I don't have that. But what I have medicine for mugwort. I have medicine for mullein. I have medicine for those plants that I've worked with. I have medicine for when you've been in a bad relationship and your partner is abusive to you and you have to get out of that relationship. I have the medicine for that. I have the medicine for when you have a miscarriage. and you didn't know you were pregnant, or you do know you're pregnant, and then when you grieve that loss, I have the medicine for that. I have the medicine when you go to a job and you give in your all and your all every time to a job, and they don't respect you enough to give you raises. They don't even want to acknowledge you half the time. Some of these places where you work, they don't even acknowledge that you're there. They just take you as a body that's coming in to fill in the time, and that's that. So they don't give acknowledgement. They don't give you benefits like back in the day to go get a job and have full on benefits and stuff was wonderful. You had your dental, you have all your stuff. Now you got to pay for it out of your pocket, out of the money that you're already working for. It comes out of your payment. You know, nobody's wanting to do that extra step because everybody is tapped. So I have the money for that. And I mean not the money, the medicine for that. I have the medicine for that. When you live from a place of lack and scarcity, when you are battling yourself about money, when you're battling yourself about fear, living in fear. Oh God, please. I have the medicine for that too. Because I lived my life in such a fear way. When I was growing up, everything, I feared everything. I was literally scared of everything. If I saw a flower die, I would cry, oh, my flower died. That's when my mom started calling me her little flower child, because I was so sensitive with if something died and I wasn't understanding that whole process. It was a live woman and now it's dead. What are you talking about? You know, um, I have that medicine for that. I have that medicine when you lose someone. I have that from not only spiritually, but from a medical point of view, as a licensed nurse, as a retired one now. I put my time in, and damn well I'm going to claim that because I went to school for it. I got my degrees in it. Okay, I put my time in. State of California, right here, backyard. Bing, bing, bing. So I have my time in. And one thing I stand very firm in is my truth. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't like to hear that. They want me to be all, no, 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 no. Let's look at it now. I help you turn your light on of your truth of yourself to stop working at places that are draining your life force and you're just waking up. I used to be that, waking up just getting by, just enough to get by on. I used to do that. I used to be the kind of nurse, along with other nurses, that would be in the med room crying about not enough time to get through all the patients and do everything, and the panic energy of trying to finish the orders and trying to get through all the medications. And now a patient fell, and that was enough right there to mess up your whole night if somebody fell. I could just imagine what is happening in a lot of hospitals and nursing homes right now. How many people are falling and hitting their heads or hurting themselves because of the type of timeline we're in right now. I could just imagine the stress of all the nurses. I could just imagine the pharmacy, how they're trying to stay on top and read the orders, and they're thinking, okay, is this doctor writing this order right? And trying to get in contact with that doctor, and that doctor's burned out and tired, don't want to return the phone call because they want to go on a vacation. They want to vacate themselves so they can go out and be, and then try to come back and do their thing again. Same as nurses, burned out. Everybody's burned out. And when you're burned out, your light's not on. Nobody's home. And that's what I do. I help people turn on their light, claim your light back. I help you claim your divine light back. I help you claim yourself back from family traumas. You know, today, oh my God, thank you, my mother. Thank you, my beloved mom. there's some, and this is the year where stuff is coming up. Okay, nothing can be hidden. So if you think that you're out there shabba dabba doing somebody and making up stories and all this stuff on people, that storyline is going to come up and bite you in the butt. Because if it's a lie and it's a story you made up, it has no choice but to come back to who made up the story. And now you're going to have to clean it up. I've seen it. I just saw it happen. Why am I laughing? Because I find it funny that some people just think that they gotten away with something, and really you didn't get away with it because you had the trace energy on you all the whole time. So, but here's a beautiful thing: when you step out of old family timelines. Oh my God, let's talk about the old family timeline. Let's talk about that. Okay. I love my mom and love my dad. They have really good medicine teachings that I've learned along the way. But this was the gift today. And this shows me where the consciousness is rising. Because my mother said this. And this was the beauty of it. This was like when she said it, and I said, I'm going to use this as a teaching moment about spiral light. When you're a practitioner of spiral light and you are constantly in that space of spiral light, we're a part of that spiral, that continuous spiral. Spiral is the creation of life. Okay. Nothing can get started until this phenomenal spiral comes in place and starts life. Then you got flower of life. Then you got this, all these sacred geometries that come into place that brings life in. So one of the things that was such a gift today is family stuff comes out, and it was all this talking and all this energy, and I was just like, well, I don't understand what's going on, and why you know he's having a problem, and I thought he knew about this, and blah 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 blah. So, story be told. Um, I told my mom, I said, I am no longer, and this was so powerful for me to say it. I am no longer a scapegoat for family trauma, family stories, blaming anything and putting it on me. I am no longer that. I am not claiming that for this family bloodline anymore. I am no longer the scapegoat. I am no longer the one you get mad at because you not walking right on yourself and you get angry at me because I stand in my truth. I'm not a scapegoat for the family anymore. And I said it. I said from this far, I am no one's scapegoat in the family or anything else. I'm not your scapegoat. Period. Get that clear right now. That was so powerful for me to say. How many people are running around right now and they scapegoats to their job, scapegoats to some friends, scapegoats to family, traumas? Because every time something goes wrong, they go, oh, well, so and so had something to do with it. They got to point a finger at you. You the cause. Well, if you would have been living your life like you're supposed to, you wouldn't have all those, all these beliefs. Hell, I'm not even connected to people hating on me because of who I am, because of what I do. Oh, she plays with cards. That's a sign of the devil. The devil is not in my oracle set. Devil doesn't care about what the message is that's coming through a higher consciousness. Um, well, that's so third dimensional. Aren't we in five and six dimension already? Actually, six. Do you really think that old timeline still, I don't know, gathers on this? Do you see what I'm talking about? That's the kind of light I'm talking about. That's what I help people find their truth in. Claim your light, claim your power back, take back yourself, take back your health, take back your happiness, take back your personal timeline, why you're really here, why you're stepping into your divine soul mission. Take back your light so you can follow that. Because if your light's not on, are you even there? Are you in your home? This is your home. Are you in there? Because if you're sitting around and you're drugging yourself up, numbing yourself up, you're not there. You're not in there. And I'm so happy to hear other light workers coming forward and calling out others who are partaking in heavy amounts of pot, heavy amounts of mushrooms, heavy amounts of all these other plant medicines that have been compromised, taking it all in, thinking that that's spiritually connecting them. No, it's not. Because if you're not doing it in a sacred medicine way with medicine traditional people for an set intention of a connection to go in those realms to seek something that you need to seek with traditional medicine people, you're not home. You're checked out. Who's in your home? And this is what Spiral Light brings us back to. And let me tell you, I am the creator. I used to not be able to say that. I used to say, oh, well, I'm just a vessel of it. No, I'm the creator of it. Because somewhere in the ethers, in this timeline, in this body, in who I am as a brown woman, I made that as a part of my soul mission when I came here. Now I see why. Check. Damn! Now I see why for all the fuckery going on down here. Excuse the French, but I gotta say it like it is. But I'm keeping it real. Be so light. Be in your light. I help you claim your light. I'm one of those souls. Even after I'm gone, I still will be shining bright. Even if I'm not in this vessel, I still will be shining bright. That's how I know. Can you say that about yourself? Can you look in the mirror and know who you are? Or you've been weighed down by so much emotional stuff that's happened in this path, you're about ready to say, F this, I'm out of here. Because I've lost some people who couldn't hang on. And they took their lives. I got the medicine for that too, being a survivor of someone that takes their life. And the tragedy of blaming and scapegoating that comes through that. Yeah, we got the medicine for that too. galacticspirallight.com. And I have people who are studying it. And you know who's studying it? It's women. But only certain ones will come. Only certain ones that feel drawn to it. And that's the beauty of it. I might say, oh, it takes 6 months to learn it. But no, some of my practitioners, I'm still working with them a year and a half later. They still get all the new upgrades. Every time there's new stuff that comes in, and I get a new way of maneuvering through different timelines, different things, they get that. Those that are still in communication with me. Let me put it that way. So I don't get an energy that comes in and tries to say, well, no, 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 no. Let's keep it real. Those that are in communication with me, that are not running any kind of judgment storylines that are not true. It feels really good to say that because it puts a different perspective on things. And to hear my mom say, you do not have to take that on. That is not yours to take on. And when she said it, when I said I'm no longer a scapegoat, I'm no longer the scapegoat for the family, and da da da. You don't get the Cinderella in my ass, you know. And when she said, you do not take that on, that is not yours to do. That is not yours. This whoosh of energy came through the center of my chest right when she said it. And mothers, hear me. All of you mothers out there, hear me. When you have that child in your belly for 9 months and you have that corded energy, even when we are walking or old in our ways and you are getting ready to pass from this earth, you are still connected to us as your child. No matter what, no matter how old we are, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm always going to be my mom's little girl. That's how she's going to look at me. I'm 57. She's still going to say, that's my little girl. Because there's that connection, that divine connection. And this is where the healing is the truth of itself. If we could just all own our stuff. Now I understand why I was kind of spinning in the energy the last time when I came on about people correcting and apologizing for stuff. Because that's the energy we're in. It's karma time. It's time to, hey, clean that up. You know what you did. You know what you said. You know how you did it. You know how you set it up. You know what ripping you did to that person. You know what you did. Yet and still you sit back and act like you didn't do it. And that person still remembers it from the day when it happened. And they know you did it. And everything else underneath it. All that stuff. This is a year that all that have done what they've done and how they've done it to others, no more secrets, is coming out. And when Spiral Light, here's the thing. If you get a Spiral Light session and if there's something hidden that you need to see, it will show it. It will bring it to the surface. I guarantee you that because I've seen it. I've seen Spiral Light do it. I've seen how someone has a session with me. We go in, we start just working on things. Why are you having allergies with this? Or why are you having nightmares? Or why are you having, distressing things when you go back to this place? Why are you having that? Why do you feel like you don't have closure with this? Da 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 da. We start going down those timelines and start clearing, going through the genetics, going through the generations. We start walking that. We go through the chakras. We go through all of that. All those timelines. There's a lot of timelines. Looking for that root cause. I'm a root seeker. Root seeker. That's what I do. I look for that root issue with you. Yes. So today was one of those gifted days where I just was like, my mom, my divine mom said that. And I felt that whoosh come up in me. It's almost like she just said, that is not yours to take on ever again. Shoom. Gone. Like that. How many mothers of you are sitting out there? Your daughters or your sons or something happened You got split. You have like a stepfather or a biological father issue things. You got mixed children that have different fathers, but you're the main conduit of them, how they came through. But they have different timeline fathers. Can you imagine what it is like to have that constant reminder that you're not really connected to this person? You're not their real sister or brother. And what that energy is like for someone to hold that over your head. You're not my real sister. You're not my real brother. No, I am. Because I came through the divine mother of us that created us, that held us in her belly for 9 months or less. No, I am. I just chose soul wise a different father timeline, father of time to get here. So this is a day I'm inviting all of you. And it was such a beautiful discussion I was having. And so many beautiful discussions I have in parking lots or sitting out in the park, sitting underneath a tree. And it's the beauty and essence energy of the divine light and how it shows up. And that's why I'm so grateful to be the creator of Spiral Light, the vessel for it when it first came in, and how to really keep working in my modality. Because, like I said, I'm not really from here. No, I'm not. I'm just down here visiting with all of you, helping you to claim your light. So, when you figure that part out about yourself and you have a notion or a big bada ba boom to come in, that comes inside of you and that says, "Oh my gosh, what is this? I gotta answer my call, my divine calling. Pick that damn phone up. I'm sorry, it's the divine calling you. Are you done with the cycle that you're in? Are you still needing the same lessons from it?" That's what I do with spiraling. I'm a root seeker. I help you to claim your light. And the practitioner program is, I'm to be honest, I'm really picky. I will test you out first to see. There are things I look for in a practitioner. I don't look for if you think might want to do it. That's not telling me that you're aligned with it. You think. No. Because spiral light is not a think. Spiral light is, this is what it is. This is timeline. Let's get rid of it. It's not a thinking. It never sits back and thinks. It's not going to think, well, I think I'm going to clear that out. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking. No, it's not that. And the more I'm finding out, the practitioners, including myself, the more we use it, the more youthful we stay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Let's talk about that. I was looking at my hair and I was like, I still have the same amount of gray just right here, and that's it. Nowhere else in the rest of my hair. Just right there. I think I stopped it. So I think one of the greatest things, this is something else I wanted to add to it. Let me open this up in my notes. I help people to answer their soul calling. There is more to you that you yet to discover about yourself. Let your light shine, be divinely connected. Galactic spiral light is a healing journey like no other. There you go. So it is like no other because there's so many different levels of spiral light that we can implement to take care of situations. There's so many different levels of it. And it's not easy to copy because one of the things you have to be imprinted on in order to be a practitioner. And I remember when my recent one, when I imprinted and got her ready to go into that realm, she was shortening out light bulbs. She was shortening out her electronics. She couldn't work her phone because her frequency was higher. It was higher. She was like, I can't operate stuff. I said, you're in the frequency. The frequency is imprinting on you. The divine energy that I work in is imprinting. I love that. I don't care what anybody says or thinks of me. Because I know one thing for a fact, most of you can't ever say it to my face. Because if you did come and say it to my face, you would have to stand in my presence. That could be life changing for you because the energy itself would just be like, what's wrong? I'll give you a hug. So I say those things because I know some people will probably get triggered by it. And some people will probably feel like, oh, what is she talking about? I'm talking about that stuff that a lot of people don't want to talk about. I'm talking about those things that people just kind of like tilt their head on and go on about it and time out and go home and do it all over again type of thing. I'm talking about that. That's what I'm talking about. You know, whatever is hiding out there, whatever you have not changed, healed, went out and corrected, apologized for, that's a huge one for a lot of people that have done other people wrong. If you haven't apologized for it. And those of you that did apologize and that person didn't take your apology, you're done. If you did your apologies and that person rejected your apology and they didn't want to take it because they want to draw out the trauma of it for no reason, you did your part. You did your part. There's just some people that like to stay in that storyline because it gives them recognition to be like they were a victim of something. Were you really? Or were you just using it because you liked it? You liked the energy of it. You liked the reckoning of it. Why do people like the reckoning? What do? So, this is why I say this. If you have something out there, I guarantee you this year it's going to come knocking at your doorstep. And if it's a person that you need to sit and say you're sorry to, I cannot even imagine if there was some kind of hardship between people and nobody got a chance to forgive it or heal it. We find this a lot in deep friendships and family friendship stuff, and nobody fixed it. And then that person is no longer here on the planet. You never got a chance to say your part or you never got closure to that. There's so many people walking around with that. They had a bad argument with someone and they've been off and they haven't talked to that person for 5, 10 years. Family members haven't talked to each other for 6, 7 years because it's some kind of fluky ass thing that went down at a party or at a dinner or at a holiday thing. And they don't want to because their kid or their family member said this or there was this old secret and nobody knew that what grandma and mama was saying about Jack, and all these secrets. It's coming up. There will be no more secrets within the divine family. That will be no more. So, if you got something going on and you know you sitting in it, you know you're not sitting right, you're sitting in it, or you're just casually going on as what's the famous one when people don't want to own anything? Oh, as going forward now. With going forward now. This is that time that you sit and you reflect and you go make it right. The amount of healing that comes from that is a gift. It's one of the greatest gifts that all of us as human beings could ever do. Can you imagine if everybody took ownership for the wrong that they did to someone on every level and just healed it and just apologized, got forgiveness from it? Could you imagine how much healing that would be? Could you imagine? Where would we be in this world if it was like that? If there was such a good release like that, where would we all be? You know, just think about it. Where would we be in our consciousness? How would people feel? Think about it. Just think all about it. Really think about it. So, the 30th, which is Friday, I will leave that link on my WordPress message. So that means you would have to go to galacticspiralite.com if you really want to be a part of that. Because only the souls that are called to it will show up. Those are the only ones that need to be there to claim their light. And let me tell you this, I'm good at it. I'm good at helping people claim their light. Because you know what? I had to go through hell in a handbasket to claim mine and to keep it. Because there were a lot of different things against me, illnesses and different kind of abusive stuff from an ex-husband. But I've never been on drugs, not an alcoholic, not even a smoker. I didn't come into this world with that addiction. I have an addiction to oracle cards and tarot and crystals, nice cars and candles and oils and chocolate. I'm working on my addiction with cupcakes, but it has to be a certain kind of cupcake, just not any kind. Yeah, those are my addictions. That's about it. Pretty healthy, especially with crystals. It's a different story when you're a crystal keeper because that's a part of the bloodline. You know, just who I am. But I'm good with that. I love myself. I love me. That's all that matters. And sometimes it's not easy. Let me not just kind of give you a little something something sugar plum that. No, 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 no. What do I do? Sometimes it's not easy. Keep showing up, talking to people that are in sleep land, hoping that they push the button and wake up. Not easy. But you know what? At the end of the day, when I lay my head down on my pillow and I'm laying on my bed and I'm laying in my crystals I literally have a bedrock laying in my crystals. I've got all these different crystal rocks in my bed. And cats love this bed. They can't help themselves. They have to jump up on this bed and they have to lay right where put crystals in the bed. They're laying on it. I say, yeah, I got that geo bed going on. So I'm just saying, that's what I do. I help you claim your light. That's Spiral Light. Be so light. All right, like and subscribe. I will talk to all of you later. I will type it over. You can, I'm not going to put it here yet. I'm not going to sell it here yet. Um, I will be back on tomorrow and talk about any other wonderful things that are coming up. But I just wanted to share it here. All right, have a good day. Bye.